Micro versus macro rule. Macronutrition. Proteins, fats, carbohydrates, the big stuff. Usually the big key players in almost any diet program. We're trying to manipulate macronutrition to change how we look in the mirror. That's what most people, how they look at nutrition, dieting on a superficial scale. I call that low order thinking. We're going to talk about high level thinking, high order thinking. We want to focus on really what drives the biological system. If we had to choose between the two, what's more important? It's micronutrition. It's the small stuff, the enzymes, the minerals. Minerals are more important than vitamins. You actually need a high mineral profile in order for your body to actually utilize vitamins. So what's the big craze that has been for the last couple decades? Multivitamin. I will tell you many times throughout this class that there's what's called the multivitamin myth. You should Google that, right? It tells you some of the ins and outs of what the multivitamin really isn't. What we think it is, but what it really is, and then you understand the gap, and you're like, oh, geez, whoops, right? So we want to focus on micronutrition. We're going to hammer on this hard a little bit later. I'm going to really make sure you understand this like I do. It took me a long time to figure this out. I'm just going to give you the cheat, the shortcut. But most diet programs do not focus on micronutrition. Said another way, I'm going to say things a couple different ways so it speaks to different people. Yes, you want to focus on macronutrition. You want to manipulate proteins, fats, carbohydrates for various reasons at different times in your life. But this is what sets this up for success. A lot of people will do dieting and nutrition, and on the surface, on paper, it looks right. You're like, okay, you're doing everything right. Why are you not getting the result? Why are you not losing the weight? Why are you not sleeping better? Why do you not have more energy? If you go a little deeper and dig, you'll find that there's nothing happening here at all. And it's pretty much a sure bet that most people, if you're older than 20, you have micronutrition deficiency on some level. The only real question is, how long has it been there and how bad is it? Okay? So we use like a shotgun approach to this. We're not going to run some crazy $400 test on what you're microdeficient in. We just simply prescribe a very simple micronutrition supplement and say, take that for a couple months and let's start talking on how you feel. Oh, and by the way, let's start talking about manipulating the way you exercise, the way you move, the intensity, how to shift your metabolism up a couple gears. Let's talk about fat content and what you should be doing right and wrong. So, but this is the most important thing you guys could probably get out of this whole experience.